Hello and welcome. Right now we're standing in front of one of my favourite buildings in London. It is the Hoover Building at Perivale on a very busy A40. Two of the things I love about living in the western parts of London are the extraordinary Art Deco buildings from the 1930s when you head out in the car in a westward direction. If you head out on the A4, you'll pass by the remarkable Gillette House, which is a stunning Art Deco building. And then here, I think even more extraordinary, the Hoover Building. This is on the A40, that's the road that heads off towards Oxford, ultimately. And today we're here actually to go into the Art Deco building next door, which houses the Royal Nawaab Restaurant, which is, I think, about the largest Indian buffet restaurant anywhere in the United Kingdom. They actually have 3 branches, 2 of them in the London area and 1 in Manchester, already reviewed on Gary Eats, so take a look at that. Anyhow, I can't wait to get going, but also enjoy this building, and if you stick around until the end of the video, I'll tell you about one of the biggest marketing fiascos of all time, which almost brought Hoover to its knees in 1992. Let's go and dine first. This is the building which houses today's restaurant, and to be honest, it reminds me of being on Miami South Beach, and those are good memories. But isn't it a beautiful building? When you go around the back of the building, you discover that actually the modern day fate of the building is to become a Tesco. I'm not entirely sure whether Tesco is an Art Deco logo, but you can decide for yourselves. I think the building behind is far more in keeping with the original style and purpose. So I just had to come around to the back of Tesco's car park to see what the building looks like from behind, and there's so much incredible detail. This has got to be the most architecturally important Tesco in the country, I'd imagine. Now, if you know otherwise, please leave a comment below and perhaps I'll visit your Tesco. Didn't I tell you? A magnificent building, and you just have to come round from the front of the Hoover Building to get to the entrance both of Tesco and the Royal Nawaab Restaurant as well. The restaurant's been open since 5 p.m, and of course one of the important points about a buffet restaurant is always to see how fresh the food is. And the opening hours are Monday through to Fridays 5 p.m until 11 p.m, and on Saturdays and Sundays 1 p.m all the way through to 11 p.m. And there's just a little reminder here, if we needed reminding, that drum beating and fireworks are strictly prohibited. Gary from Gary Eats gave a fantastically positive review to the branch in Manchester, and that had cost millions of pounds. It's a huge modern building to bring up to standard. I'm sure that the interior here must have cost a pretty penny as well. We'll see. The first thing that's absolutely magnificent is this entrance lobby, and look how the doors have retained the Art Deco style. This has been done with a lot of respect. Hello, how are you? Very good, thank you. Great, thank you. Well, I've taken my seat now at the restaurant, and the first thing I have to say is that the team here, they're unbelievably nice people, and I can see that I've got a cardamom tea coming as well. Thank you so much. That looks so good. I'm really impressed. I mean, it's breathtaking inside. I have to be careful filming. Some people have asked me not to, because obviously you've got to be sensitive as well to Muslim faith. That's very important. And also, of course, the menu is 100% halal, and there is no alcohol, but that really isn't something to get upset about when you look at the extraordinary drinks. For example, mocktails at £5.95, including things like mango and passion fruit fusions, margaritas, obviously not alcoholic, strawberry sour sensation, strawberry mojito, royal blue, and then lovely fresh orange and lemonade at very reasonable prices. You can have a large one for £4.75, for example, and then all the hot drinks you can imagine, including green tea, mint tea, Nawabi desi tea, which is what this is, cardamom and fennel seeds. Interesting, different, right? Every coffee imaginable, and then all of those kind of unhealthy sugary drinks that we know, and in my case, love. Now let's take a sip of the cardamom tea. They have brought some sugar, but I'm going to try it without first of all. That's lovely. I mean, it has an overwhelmingly tea-y taste. It's got milk in, so it's kind of like English tea, but added with ever such a slight taste of cardamom and fennel seeds as well. And I like cardamom coffee in the Middle East, so it's great to taste this as well. Yep, sorry I'm putting a couple of sugar cubes in, please forgive me. It actually reminds me of being on Bruce Forsyth or Larry Grayson's Generation game in the 1970s and early 1980s. You know what I mean? That conveyor belt at the end, if you'd been the winning couples and you sat and you watched so many items go past you, and all the ones you could remember you took home, which almost always included a cuddly toy. If you remember that, please write down in the comments below. Well, here it's like that. There's terrine after terrine after terrine of food, and I'd like to look at them for a minute and then see how many I remember. But let's take a look at the menu and see what's on offer, because I tell you, it's an extraordinary choice. And then I will film the buffet, which is kind of like 100 meters long, to give you an indication of what everything looks like. But I can see why Gary enjoyed it, and I'm sure I'm going to as well. They don't actually give you a menu because the name of every dish is very clearly indicated along the buffet. But if you want to find out more about what you're going to eat, you can very simply bring up their website and it gives you a full indication of what's available. So amongst the starters, you've got things like seekh kebab, meat samosa, chicken chapli kebab, chicken tikka, sesame chicken wings, fish masala, that sounds nice, samosa chaat, which apparently is their signature vegetable samosa. You've got aloo pakora, which are potato fritters made with flour as well. Lamb chops, they look good with Gary, you might have to try those. Lamb chopli kebab, which is minced lamb kebabs with fresh onion and green chili and herbs. You've got every type of chicken samosa imaginable. There's also Lahori fish, I didn't notice that, but apparently there are. So I don't know what I'm going to choose. Let's start with the bel puri and the honey puri, I think that's what they're called. Anyhow, this looks good. Lovely. Wow, quite spicy. Chickpeas, onions, pomegranates, and a lovely little kick. And then look how exciting these look. There's little, I think, pastry cases or something like that, and then you've got chickpeas inside. And this is a kind of, I think it's a sweet and sour sauce, which you pour inside. That's good, it comes leaking out. And then let's pick it up. So tasty. Very spicy. Chickpeas, this lovely little crisp taste, and a spicy aftercake, but the chickpeas are also so soft whilst retaining their form. That's good. Just so you know, it's a pre-starter, so I'll move on to the starters in a minute. It's now coming up to 6:40 and I'm not going to rush myself. It's an experience I really want to enjoy, and I think that when you're in a buffet, if you can, taking that little bit longer helps you digest and helps you enjoy yourself. But it is 6:41 and it's beginning to crowd a little bit more, which is really good news as well. One of the great things about doing YouTube is you meet new people and people come and say hello, and that's what just happened. So sorry, your name is?
My name is Waqar Hussain.
Where do you live?
I live in Luton.
You live in Luton?
Yeah.
So you've come quite a long way to eat here?
Oh yeah, it is my fourth time to visit here, and I love this place.
You love it?
Yeah, I love it.
What do you love about it most?
Lamb chops and
Lamb
fish.
chops?
Yeah.
Lamb chops and fish. Lamb chops and fish?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that later.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah,
So you're going to come again?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's great value for money as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's it's reasonable price. It's reasonable price.
Your family originally came from Pakistan, is that right?
Oh yeah.
So the food, do you find it very authentic? Is it like your parents or grandparents would make?
Yeah, because we love this Asian like lamb chops and curries and rice, same food So that's why we always go to this place, like this place, and love and
That's
enjoy
great.
this place.
Okay, so for starters, I got a mixture of salads. There's some Arabian cucumber salad in there, chickpea-based salads, and then I got fish masala. That's here in this crispy piece of fish. There's a form of shish kebab of some type. This is a lamb kebab, and then I think that's chicken, probably tikka in a tandoor, and this is in white wine apparently, which is a little bit surprising considering it's a teetotal restaurant. But anyhow, no problem. Let's tuck in and see what this little selection tastes like. I'm absolutely thrilled by how this selection of starters looks, and the test now is going to be particularly what do the hot items taste like. That's what I'm going to try first, because the restaurant's been open now for 1 hour 40 minutes and it is a buffet, and obviously things are kept warmed up. Are they still nice? Are they spoiled? Let's see. I think that this should be super tasty and finely diced meat, so let's see how this kebab tastes. Succulent, juicy, fresh, as if it's just been served absolutely on a fresh basis to you. Meaty. I think it's chicken. It's very light. Nicely spiced, but a light spice. Nothing that attacks you too aggressively. That's great. It's so succulent I ate it in one go. Loved it. Right, I'm going to go for the fish next. Fish masala. It cuts really easily. You see the fish there? Warm, not hot, warm. But I have been photographing it for some time and videoing it. And the fish is light. The batter crunchy and spicy. And again, it's so nice. All of this is good. I'd say that the kebab is actually better than in lots of sit-down restaurants where it's brought out to you fresh. The lamb kebab, a bit tougher to cut. By the way, there's some lovely coriander in that fish masala as well. But I shouldn't worry. Soft and succulent. Really tasty. It's got little bits of onion in it, possibly some of the vegetables, and that's interesting. That took time, but the spice is now coming to the front. Light, not a shock, but a pleasant aftertaste. It's done really well. Right, now let's try the chicken. Is it chicken tikka, chicken tandoor? Nice, again. Succulent, hot, and a light spice. Excellent. Now let's see what this is like. I have to say, this piece of chicken really excited me, and it's so succulent, so soft. I mean, just look at them chopping it up. Delicious. Now this onion salad should be spicy. Let's have a look. Okay, so that's onion and a kind of light mango chutney, I think, but with chilies in it, and they explode with little bursts of heat, and they are good. They're really, really good. So now onto that cucumber salad, Arabian cucumber salad, which I was really lusting after. Cucumber in what I think is a light yogurt style dressing, and that cools down the spice really nicely. After that spicy food, the yogurt and the cucumber has really balanced it off, so I'm kind of back to normal. I have to try the lamb chops, there's no question, and possibly find a samosa or two. So this is the mid-course, and these are the famous lamb chops, and I've also got one vegetable samosa because it is an Indian restaurant, one small onion pakora as well here, and finally there's some chili fritters. I want to see how spicy they are. Let's see, we'll find out in a minute. Something I've noticed straight away, and forgive me for this, Gary, is these lamb chops are a lot thicker than the ones you had in Manchester. Gosh, they look great. I'm going to dig in with my teeth, I'm afraid. Hot. And I've been filming them for a minute. nicely cooked through, a little bit more than I'd have liked, but wow, the flavour is great. And also, let's be honest, let's remember that right now lamb is not a cheap ingredient, and these are big chops. And I'm not going to, but I could go back time after time after time. And now on to the chili pakora. This terrifies me. He said some of them are spicy, some of them not so spicy. Let's see. They're fine. I think you eat them for the fun of finding out how spicy they are, rather than them being a gastronomic revelation. Everyone is so lovely here. People coming up to me saying hello, what's the channel? Such a friendly place, the staff and the customers. It's a very nice place. The lovely people here just wandering around now, giving fresh garlic naan bread to everyone, so that doesn't get stored at all. And the smell of garlic is wonderful, nice and hot. Total delight, delicious. For my main courses, I've been careful not to order too much. So we have some pilau rice, we have some chicken biryani, we have some dal, I'm not quite sure, but it's one of the types, and it's got lentils in it, which I love, saag, which is spinach based, and then we've got butter chicken, because that's probably my favourite type of chicken curry, light though admittedly, and a light lamb curry as well. I might go back for a little bit of vindaloo afterwards, but this I think is reasonable, and I'm trying to remain sensible in what I eat. I'm going to start with the butter chicken because it's something that I'm used to and I like very much. Why not? The chicken literally fell away in my mouth. And the sauce is deep and tomatoey actually, creamy, and just that little bit of spice. So nice and spicy, but not too spicy. Let's move on to the lamb. Lovely, very similar level of spice, perhaps a little bit warmer. It has a bit more of an aftertaste, and again, that lamb, so tasty and so soft. Congratulations. Now my two favourite Indian vegetable dishes, the saag first. Lovely, deep, creamy spinach with a complex set of spices to set it off. Medium heat. So easy to eat. And the lentils, cool and creamy and dreamy. Pilau rice is good. And then the chicken biryani, trying to get a little bit of chicken in there. That's nice. Unusually moist actually. You make videos, right?
Well, yeah, but I just started.
Yeah, how old are you?
8.
8, and you just started?
Yes.
But you know what all the editing programs are?
Yeah, but I don't know proper editing.
It's okay, and you're ambitious as well, right? Very ambitious. But the food is really good here, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you think that everybody should come here?
Yeah.
Thank you for being on Travel in the Know. Will we see you again?
Hopefully.
Right. Here we go. So sweet, so treacly delicious. Yeah, it's a bit like an English treacle syrup pudding. It's very good. And then this. Sheer indulgent, sweet bliss and joy. You shouldn't eat them, I don't know what they're called. Honestly, that is just ridiculously good. Now trifle. Okay, here you go. This is a perfectly decent trifle, but let's be honest, it comes nowhere close to my grandmother's amazing trifle recipe. And I think it proves the point. By all means, if you're a little bit nervous of some of the food and you don't know it, have some Western food to ease those concerns. But this is the opportunity to eat outstanding food from the Indian subcontinent. And I really recommend that, if possible, that's what you focus on. I'm not even going to bother with summing up on the meal. I'll just tell you that the meal costs a total £28.95 for adults, £12.95 for kids. Sometimes there's a small supplement of £1 on certain holidays, but that's it. It's the same price every day of the week. You pay when you come in, and then at the end of the meal you settle up for drinks. Couldn't be fairer, couldn't be more courteous, and you know what? That's outstanding value for money. And I think we have to address the question about how does it compare to going to a restaurant, an Indian restaurant perhaps that you love somewhere near you. Well, first of all, I'm going to surprise you. I think the food is just as good as you're going to get in a very decent Indian restaurant, irrespective of the fact that it's sitting in a buffet. The attention to detail, the fact that there are chefs all the way up the stations controlling the quality of what's here, means that you're going to get top-notch quality. Secondly, the staff are as kind as you're going to find, evidently very well trained.
Your name is? Wajahat Ali Javed. It's been more than 10 years now for serving the food and hospitality. We do multiple services. We have a restaurant here. We do caterings. We do outdoors. We have 3 suites here in the same building for wedding, functions and parties. So it's been a lovely experience and lovely service to the people and exceptionally stunning food. The trust and the support of the community is amazing, and that's the thing that pulls us in this industry to do as much better by every passing day.
So you intend to always be the best?
Always. We have an exceptionally professional team, staff, and they're doing so well.
In 1992, the British division of Hoover in this building had the crazy idea of launching a campaign during a recessionary period where if you spent over £100 in the money of those days on a Hoover product, you could qualify, believe it or not, for 2 complimentary tickets to the United States by air. Now, unfortunately for them, Hoover had made loads of mistakes in their calculations for this promotion. First of all, they thought that people were going to spend far more than the minimum £100 on the Hoover products. I think that's a little bit of hubris relating to their own creations, really. And I don't know what went on there, but they seem to have forgotten that even in the money of those days, a pair of return tickets to the United States would set them back around about £300 per person. So that's a total exposure of £600 for every single purchase. Far more people than they'd ever anticipated actually claimed the tickets, and you can imagine the consequences, can't you? As soon as Hoover was met with that massive demand, they tried to make it as difficult as possible for people to actually qualify for the tickets, and indeed the conditions were onerous, but this resulted in a wave of bad publicity and also some court cases. And I can remember as a young man at British Airways, we ended up helping Hoover, as I'm sure other airlines did, selling them as many tickets as we could to help them. But basically, many of those were more than £300 return per person as well. So it was a total fiasco. I think it's considered one of the worst direct marketing campaigns in British history. And the consequences were bad for Hoover financially. But not only that, they also lost their royal warrant, which took place, I think, after the airing of a BBC documentary in 2004. So always be careful about how you market your products. Anyhow, if you've enjoyed this video, why not like the video, subscribe and ding that bell for notifications. This was my first ever vlog about Indian food. I'm sure there'll be more soon, and I certainly had a wonderful time. So goodbye, see you again.